In 1924, archaeologists found the remains of the red-haired giants, the Si-Te-Cah of Piaute folklore, in the Lovelock Cave, Nevada. Is this fact fiction or legend?
With so many conspiracy theories out there, it's hard to keep track of them all. Welcome to What We Know, where we try to uncover the histories and mysteries of the world by presenting all different theories out there, and the only narrative we push is this. Here's what we know, make up your own mind.
Lovelock Cave in Nevada was first discovered in 1913 when prospectors found a huge deposit of bad guano in this cave. Since guano is the basis for saltpeter, the main ingredient in gunpowder, the value of the find was obvious. Miners soon found other buried treasure beneath the mounds of guano. However, artifacts and even the remains of what appeared to be red-haired giants known as the Si-Te-Cah of local Paiute legend. In 1924, an archaeological expedition arrived from Berkeley University, and the rest is history. The prehistory of Lovelock Cave. Lovelock Cave is located approximately 20 miles south of modern-day Lovelock, Nevada. It was previously known as Horseshoe Cave because it is a U-shaped interior. The cavern is approximately 40 feet deep and 60 feet wide. It's an ancient cave, predating humans' arrival on the continent. In prehistoric times, it lay underneath the giant inland Lonotan Lake, which once covered much of the western Nevada. Geologists have determined that the lake's currents and wave action formed a shelf, which in time became a cave. It's here that the supposed remains of the Si-Te-Cah were discovered in 1924. Many Native American tribes from the northwest and southwest have related legends of the red-haired giants and how their ancestors fought terrible wars against them after the first encounter about 15,000 years ago. Even the Aztecs and Mayans have recorded their encounters with the race of northern giants when they ventured out on exploratory expeditions. Their burial sites have been reported on almost every continent. Who were these giants unearthed in Virginia, New York State, Tennessee, Arizona, and Nevada? The Paiute legend of the Si-Te-Cah. The Paiutes, a Native American tribe indigenous to Nevada, told early white settlers about their ancestors' battles with the ferocious white red-haired giants who were already living in the area when their ancestors arrived here. The Paiutes named the Si-Te-Cah or Two-Liters for two reasons: the fibrous water plants that the giants used to craft rafts for escape, and the fact that often these warriors stole Paiute women who were gathering the rushes on the northwestern shore of the humid lake. The Si-Te-Cah or Si used their rafts to navigate across the dwindling lake Lahontan. After many years of conflict, the Si-Te-Cah often aided the Paiute captured in battle, and in retribution and for their own safety, the Paiute finally launched a campaign to rid themselves of this threat. The giants took shelter in a rock cavern or overhanging shelf, and when they refused to capitulate, the Paiute tribal chiefs had their warriors fill the entrance with brush and set it on fire. Those who escaped were slain, and the rest were presumed to have perished. Later, during an earthquake, the shelf collapsed, leaving just enough space for bats to come and go at will. All else was covered and sheltered for years to come. The excavation of Lovelock Cave and a shocking discovery. Thousands of years later, miners discovered bat guano, which becomes saltpeter, the valuable chief ingredient for gunpowder. In 1911, a company was created to mine the guano. Guano was mined for about 13 years before archaeologists were finally notified about strange skeletal remains and a multitude of fossils and artifacts that were found within in this cave. By then, many artifacts had been accidentally destroyed. However, what Loud and Harrington, the archaeologists, recovered was staggering. They found and catalogued over 10,000 artifacts and the mummified remains of the two red-haired giants. One female was 6.5 feet tall and the other male was over 8 feet tall. Many of these artifacts were sent to the Nevada Historical Society in Reno, but some also reached the hands of private collectors. To this day, at the small Humboldt Natural History Museum in Winnemucca, Nevada, you can still find a few artifacts and the skull and jawbone of what appears to be true giants. Si-Te-Cah, fact or fiction? The debate continues. This wasn't the final chapter in the history of Nevada. Red-haired giants, as reported in the Nevada Review Minor newspaper on June 19, 1931, two very large skeletons were found in the Humboldt dry lake bed near Lovelock. One skeleton was said to be 8.5 feet tall and was described on being wrapped in gum-covered fabric, not unlike Egyptian mummies. The other skeleton was reportedly 10 feet tall. So if these giants existed, what happened to the remains other than the skulls and jawbones and a few scattered artifacts? Is everything else in private collections? Or have the remains been spirited away or lost in time? Is there a cover-up, as some sources would suggest, or were these ancient aliens as other sources would have us believe? L.L. Lutz seemed to believe in their existence and in the validity of the claim. When he entered, he did indeed find carbonized grass and tulle as told in the legends, signifying the possibility of the said fires of ancient legend. He conquered that much of the hair found on the mummies was indeed red, but in other excavations in the Pueblo region of Peru, he had determined this may have been caused by age or in the cave, even with the huge deposit of bad guano, which caused Ishi, a Yahi Indian, reluctance to enter a storeroom of the museum where the specimens were stored. Did he disprove the existence of these giants? No. Did he cast doubt upon their existence? Not really. Did he actually find remains that may prove that at least part of the ancient legends, as told to him by the Sara Winnemucca and other Paiutes, may be true? Yes, he did. Did he recover and transcribe an exact list of all he found in the cave during their excavations? Most assuredly. Just see the source below for a complete list. So whether it's legend, fact or fiction, artifacts and remains still exist to entice our interest and provide more questions than answers as to existence of this tribe of red-haired giants.
Legends of giants are present in almost all mythology. Perhaps you will not find a single nation on earth that would not tell about some giants rising to the skies and famous for their remarkable strength. Greek mythology emphasizes the dominance of the giants known as the Titans and their subsequent overthrow. It was from Greece that the familiar myth about the Atlanteans holding the vault of heaven came. But who the Titans and Atlanteans were is not clear for certain. Zeus and the Olympians led the Titans to their fall. As for Atlantis, the ancient philosophers clearly spoke of its existence and subsequent flooding. It was also said that the inhabitants of Atlantis were tall. Giants are also mentioned in Egyptian, Sumerian, Old Slavic, Scandinavian, Japanese, Chinese, and Native American mythology. In Hinduism, they act under the name Asuras. There are giants and biblical sources as well. The ancient Jews knew about the mysterious civilization of the Titans, peculiar half-breeds, children of fallen angels, and immortal women in the...
If you enjoy this video and want to see more like it, please consider subscribing to us and hitting the like button. Feel free to write a comment below and suggest which theory you want to see next. If you'd like to further support this channel, please consider joining. Our membership link will be found in the description box below. We appreciate your support, and as always, thanks for watching.